Welcome to the Cookout. It's Halloween, baby. We live and unattended. Oh, the Rona warrior has entered.
Greetings. The Rona warrior is here.
Technical difficulties.
Hey, sus. She's sus.
She's sus AF.
Sus AF.
Sus AF.
Oh man. Where?
Oh man. Yo.
Oh yo. Among Us. Hey. It's red.
Yeah. She might be the killer. The
Sus
imposter.
AF, man.
Sus AF.
Man, happy Halloween to everybody in the stream, man. And happy G-Ho to all my Aggies.
Yes, sir.
G-G-I-E.
What?
P-R-I-D-E.
What?
Give me that. Give me that.
Hey.
Give me that. Give me that.
Hey. I geek pride.
I geek pride.
I was a Spartan.
Oh man, glad to be here once again. Another week, another show, another episode. Oh yeah. Before we get into it, man, we got to shout out to Lou.
I can't see nothing.
Oh man. Sith Warrior, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for joining today. We're about to have a full discussion about a lot of different things on this show.
Yep. What are we talking about tonight? What's the rundown?
Man, so we got show notes. Where are my show notes? We got Hugh Jackman rumored to be returning to the MCU in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. We also got Michael Keaton rumor about the HBO Max series, Batman Beyond series, and him returning in the Flash or the Flashpoint movie. We got confirmation from Netflix that they are developing an Assassin's Creed show, which got me kind of excited for. Definitely looking forward to that. I love that franchise, video game franchise, for those of you who don't know. And then we're going to talk about
add on the video game franchises on Netflix. The new Resident Evil series on Netflix is going to be canon to the Resident Evil story. That's big.
Can I just say that I've been watching this? Helmet ain't gonna last the show, y'all. I've been watching a lot of Resident Evil gameplay, and it's way scarier than the films.
Oh yeah.
The
films are not Resident Evil.
Yeah, the
films are something else entirely.
The films are a scam.
I need the show to be like that. Is it going to be animated or is it live action?
I believe it's animation.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the Mandalorian, where we have the whole crew here. Briefly, if you didn't watch, we had an episode of Starlight Beacon yesterday where JBM and I reviewed the episode, which was really, really good. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. It's on the channel right now. Leave a comment, let us know, what your thoughts are, speculation, anything you want to point out. We'll talk about it on the following episode. That show is now moving to Friday nights as the Mandalorian is launching now. Each episode comes out on Fridays. So moving from that Wednesday time slot to a Friday. Hey, what's up, Mom?
Mrs. Cooper, what's going on?
Hope everybody is. Doing hand signs. What's about to happen?
Yeah, this ain't gonna make it, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna be right back. It's
Oh,
hot
man.
here.
That's funny.
It's hot in this mask. Let me tell you.
We didn't think this through.
Oh man. Anyways. So yeah, hey, I hope everybody's having a good, safe Halloween. I don't know if anyone's dressed up, but if you're in the Discord, man, drop some pictures of your costumes into the Discord, man. We want to see what everybody's looking like this evening, this night, Saturday, Halloween night, G-Ho night, all types of fun, loving stuff going on in the world. It's a wonderful time. Wonderful time. Bring good vibes, positivity. All right, I think Amani's back.
Like against
You ready?
Or how we going? Yeah, we just gonna rock it like that for now.
Hey, we saw. He said you don't even know who you dressed as. He's challenging. He's challenging your fandom. Yeah, I think we got a latency.
JBM, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. See Heem's comment?
Yeah, I saw it. That's why I started.
Oh, he's dropping in and out.
It's a little laggy. What show is that from? You know, I don't know.
Naruto. Oh man, it's Naruto. But yeah, we'll wait for JB. You got that the images and the videos of Lou? Is that ready to go?
Yes.
Oh, there he is. There he is. We got one more person because Lou couldn't join us tonight, but he did send us his costume and some video.
Yo, that Goofy?
Yep.
And we got a little slideshow for y'all.
Oh man, that's
I could dig it. I could dig it.
Oh, don't mean that literally.
Nice.
If you vote, you are not a goofy. I didn't pick that photo.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
That reminded me of the combo from last night.
That's exactly
what. Boy, what?
Yo.
Hey yo. Oh God, I love it.
Oh man.
That's too good.
That is hilarious.
That is awesome. That is great. Oh man, but anyway, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this show. Let's talk about this. And first thing off the bat, we got this Hugh Jackman rumor, man. What do y'all think about Hugh Jackman?
I'm hyped because I've honestly felt like that was going to be the hardest X-Men character to recast. Even when they did the X-Men Futures Past, they didn't recast that character. He's the only person they didn't recast.
Yeah.
Everybody else got him.
Yeah, they didn't recast him, and they didn't recast Professor X and Magneto.
Yes, they did.
They cast younger versions of them.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're still in the franchise though. Like they were still in the
right. So he's the only person who he didn't get a younger version. It's still him. Yeah. So I've kind of felt like that might be one of those people where the conversation would be as touchy as like the Joker combos, but possibly even worse because we've only ever seen one Wolverine on screen, and I'm happy to know that he's coming back.
He's killing me with these hand signs. He's killing me. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Excuse me. Oh man.
I'm weak, but yeah, I'm super hype about that. Just really like, I don't know if I said this on camera before, but I personally felt like, no, I was about to mix it up. Yeah, I don't know who could play that character well.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman, man. It's
Yeah,
Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. I'm glad he's back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to. They're definitely going to have to at some point recast the character. But I think it's a good thing to get Hugh Jackman on screen in the MCU one time with the Avengers, for the fans, really, because he's been a staple for Marvel and for the X-Men for ever since X-Men 1. So it's good to see a lot of those. That's a good fan service, in my opinion.
I wonder if, like, deep down he really wanted to do it, like, because they said they retired, but was he really happy? Like, did they have to convince him, or was it like just a simple question and he was like, hell yeah? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, so it took and let me to clarify, this has not been confirmed. This is a rumor, so it could still be up in the air. But from what I understand, they've been in negotiations, and on the Den of Nerds, they broke this story too earlier this week, and Josh went on Hugh Jackman's Instagram, and he noticed that Hugh was back in the gym, and he's been working out heavily, so that's a nice little indicator that he's prepping for the role, starting to beef up again. Like he showed that there was a long hiatus between what was the last movie was the Wolverine, right, with him and no, it was Logan, right? That was the last film he was in.
Old Man Logan. Yeah, that was the last one.
Yeah. So like he basically had no workout photos, videos on his Instagram feed since that movie premiered. And like as of a few months ago, he's been back in the gym, like beefing up. So that kind of tells you he's definitely getting ready for some sort of physical role. And with all the rumors bubbling, circulating that he's coming back, it's probably what that role is for. But no one's officially confirmed that is the case. Okay. But yeah, it's definitely exciting. It's definitely exciting. I hope it happens. And if anybody can do it, I believe in Kevin Feige.
Hold up, I think I can do it real quick. I got it. We in there, baby.
Oh my god! All right. Yeah, man. So everybody in the comments, let us know, how do y'all feel about Hugh Jackman coming back to play Wolverine and the possibility of seeing him once again on screen with in the MCU for the first time? Let us know what you think in the comments. OG Coop, what's going on?
What's up, Mr. Cooper?
He said, "Sure." Oh man. Yeah. So anybody?
Oh wait, Chewy.
Uh-oh, nephew.
Oh man.
Oh, I forgot about part of my costume. Hold on, y'all.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, man. So, what do you think that it's? Would you like to see Hugh Jackman be in other movies? Do you think that they should, if they can, work out a longer contract and possibly
as
keep
Wolverine?
him in, for Phase 4?
Yeah. I mean, he was the perfect Wolverine. If they got the budget for it to do the face rendering to make him look, younger or however they need to make him look.
Yeah, it's a possibility. I still think we were in the Discord a couple months ago, we're talking about some possible castings for the Wolverine, and I think Shia LaBeouf's name had popped up.
Nah, I love Shia LaBeouf as an actor, but as Wolverine, nah.
Yeah, and then I think some people, I've heard people talking about Taron Egerton.
Who's that? He's
the dude from The Kingsman, the main character.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, and then I've also heard some people throw out what's my man's name? Who played Bane?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Yeah, I've heard people talk about that as potential casting.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think the main thing is if they recast at some point, they gotta find someone that can bring the physicality of Wolverine.
Yo,
Check him out. Oh, that's the that's your,
I
Where's
swear.
my pen?
oh that's hilarious.
He
Yeah,
got the same look.
you
Shout
went
out to
all out
Among
for
Us,
this
the number
costume.
one game on anywhere right now.
Yeah, you went out for this all out for the costume.
Chewie doesn't like wearing clothes, so he's actually really mad. So his response is to stand still and just not move until you take it off of him.
Oh my god.
Say hello,
Wait.
people. That's all we're
What's
gonna
up, Chewy? What's up, Chewy? You want to come join the Akatsuki, little homie?
Oh man. Hey, what else do we got? Um, in the news. Anything else? Anybody want to add any potential fan castings, recastings you want to talk about? Does this make you more excited for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, so hearing about all these old characters coming back to the screen, I'm excited to see Doctor Strange because I feel like they're about to cross into all these stories and we're going to see it play out in the movie. I think it's going to be dope.
Yeah, it's going to be the Flashpoint story for the Marvel universe because DC is doing the same thing with Flash, doing a Flashpoint movie where they're making all these crossovers. That's why we got all these different versions of Batman rumored to be in the movie, which we'll get into a little bit later.
My fan casting for Wolverine is Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Shia. I wouldn't mind seeing Shia. I think he would kill it because he's a method actor,
and he's also super short, which
that's also
supposed to be short.
Yeah, I love Shia LaBeouf as an actor. I'm 50-50 right now on seeing him as Wolverine.
Yeah, I think he would be a good younger Logan, and if he because he can put on the weight and the muscle mass.
Yeah, I would have to see how his physique holds up to the muscle mass.
Yeah, like because it would be cool to see them get a Wolverine that's closer to the comic book in size and stature because Wolverine's short, stocky.
Yeah,
he's
a lumberjack.
Yeah, man, look like he's a little running back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so that would be cool. That's definitely something I would like to see if they do a recast. Like, go find an actor that can bring that that physique of Wolverine as well as that physicality and the that intensity that Hugh Jackman was able to bring to that character because he nailed that, the intensity and the execution of the character for me, and I think for everybody who adores the character and his portrayal of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now speaking of the Flashpoint, we had some news, another rumor of Michael Keaton's involvement in the upcoming DCEU, which is a HBO Max series, and he would be in the Batman Beyond series. What do you think about that? Seeing an HBO Max series on Batman Beyond?
I don't think there's anything wrong with seeing Batman on TV. I think the problem is that there's like 5 separate. I don't know how many times we got to say this. Every week they come out with a new Batman project, and as of right now, none of them are connected to each other.
Yeah,
that we know of. We have no idea what, like, are they going to at some point connect these back together? We don't know. And I'm not optimistic about it, especially because of all the news that keeps coming out from the Robert Pattinson film. So not to say that it wouldn't be cool to see Michael Keaton on film again as Batman, but what's going to come from this? What's the plan? So we're just going to have 17 separate Batman projects?
Honestly, yeah, because that's DC is trying to establish a multiverse. Like, so they'll have multiple character stories taking places in different universes that aren't necessarily connected to the others. So if they can, my concern definitely is with the execution and the because they haven't really proven that they can tell cohesive stories. Like the Wonder Woman has been the best franchise thus far, um,
Or
and
the
everything
best
else has been
movie.
best movie. It's well, yeah, technically it's well, I'll say series because the sequel is supposed to come out this summer. But that Rona canceled those plans.
Here's my only argument to the multiverse thing. There's 15 Batmans, and excluding the TV shows, there's only one Wonder Woman, there's one Superman, there's one of everybody, there's one Aquaman, but there's one Cyborg if you exclude the TV shows. But there's 5 freaking Batmans on screen. For what reason? Like, pick somebody else, y'all. Give a hero that doesn't get that much shine some shine. Like, all you have to do is make a good movie. It's a superhero. People are gonna go see it.
Yeah, I agree.
Static Shock. Let's see it. Or the Blade remake. I'm ready for this Blade remake.
Yeah, and that's in the MCU.
See, that's Marvel. So like
that's not.
They already know they're gonna do well.
Yeah.
And they cast Mahershala. I'm still devastated they killed Cottonmouth on Luke Cage. Never forgave him.
Yeah.
Favorite character.
Yeah, that was a
top 2 villain.
Yeah, that really sullied the series for me when they killed him, because I'm like he was by far and away the better villain. But I would also I'll add the Flashpoint stuff with the Flash and all of this, the DCEU, all of it depends on how well they execute Flashpoint. Because if Flashpoint doesn't, explain this multiverse and really showcase what DC is trying to build, everything hinges on its success. Like if people don't like this movie and if it's poorly executed, the whole thing basically crumbles because if you can't get buy-in through that movie into the multiverse, like it's going to be pure chaos over there, because that's the idea of that is the Flash jumping through time, like because he can run and phase through universes because he runs that fast, and so he's phasing through these multiple universes and seeing all these alternate characters in their universes, and trying to bring it all together, like and in essence it's a cool storyline, but when you start playing with time travel and multiverses and all that, like you really got to have all of that nailed down and handled for it to work. And I'm not sold on DC being able to handle something of that magnitude. Like, I mean, they couldn't handle Batman versus Superman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's nowhere near as complex as Flashpoint.
I would argue that they haven't handled Batman well in a while, besides the last trilogy, since it's been the what's his name?
The Nolan trilogy?
No, the current actor.
Batfleck?
Yes. Since it's been Ben Affleck, I can't say that I've loved it. And I don't think it's Ben Affleck's fault. I think it's been writing issues.
Yeah. I don't blame any of the actors for the issues with the movie. Like it's the studio and the writing. For me, that's because they're all talented. Even Henry Cavill as Superman, that his Superman origin story was good to me. I think it wasn't great, but I really enjoyed that movie.
Man of Steel?
Yeah, Man of Steel.
I enjoyed Man of Steel too.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, and I mean, Ben Affleck is Ben Affleck, so we certainly know what he's capable of, and that I don't blame him at all for the issues that I have with those movies, including Justice League. And then Gal Gadot, also, we've seen what she can do in the Wonder Woman movie, and the whole cast really, they're super talented. I don't blame them for the issues. Yeah, studio, they need a Kevin Feige. over there at DC that just be like,
Yeah.
hey, like this is how this is going to go. This, and if the studio fights back, like they got to be able to go, listen, trust me, I'm doing this. Let me do this way, and if it doesn't work, you can fire me. And then once it hits theaters and you know the fans love it and it goes crazy, they're not going to fire him. Then they're going to trust that person to handle the stories going forward. But they need someone who's going to be the handler of the story and of this multiverse, and who, you know, who gets it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly annoyed by DC. I'm not even excited. I think the fact that the movies can't come out isn't helping me, and they're making all of what I think are poor decisions right now.
Mhm.
And so,
Yeah.
like, there's nothing but news, and nothing is coming from it. So it just looks like a big old pile of mess. I was gonna say another word, but it's just a lot right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I'll feel better after the Snyder Cut is released. But as of right now, I'm just not feeling confident in any news coming out of that camp.
Yeah, I'm there too. Like nothing is really exciting. The potential of it all sounds great, but execution. JBM.
I feel the same way, man. I'm not excited with DC and what they're producing.
Yeah,
I'm waiting to see. They got to show me. They got to show and prove at this point.
yeah. Let us
We
know
have
in
no
the comment
faith in
section
you.
too. What do you think about this? About DC, how DC's operating, how, you know, do you like the movies? Do you think they're okay? Do you think they're the worst things you ever seen? Like, let us know in the comments. And then of course, if you know Michael Keaton coming back as to play Batman in the Batman Beyond series, we also should talk about that. Like for people who don't know who Batman Beyond is and what Batman Beyond is, anybody want to give a synopsis? I got it. Or you want me to do it?
You do it.
All right, so basically, this is Batman Beyond takes place in the future. He's retired. Uh, Bruce Wayne has retired. He's old. He can't, um, you know, he can't be the Masked Crusader anymore. I think if I remember correctly, I believe he has a heart attack. And I think he kills somebody. And he retires as the Batman. He goes into exile. He cuts himself off from the Justice League, and then from his other associates like Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Batwoman, and then of course his, you know, the Alfred and all of those. They've all died from natural causes, and he's, you know, a recluse. And then what's I forget the guy's
Is
name.
that the one where Damien takes over?
Yeah, Terry McGinnis is the protagonist, who is Batman Beyond. He becomes Batman 2. He becomes Bruce Wayne's protege, and Bruce Wayne is like Terry's Alfred, and so he stays in the cave, doing, you know, Overwatch, feeding him intel and all that, while Terry McGinnis Batman is out there fighting crime in the future cities of Gotham.
So he's not going to be suited up then. We're going to see him already in that position of being old.
More than likely, yeah. We might get, you know, in the first episode, the backstory of him, you know, whatever that fight was, the confrontation when he kills the criminal. Because I don't think it was a significant villain. I think it was just a criminal. Like they got the best of him.
I mean, that's what he does.
He killed him.
People.
Yeah, so he kind of was like, he gave it up. He realized he was just too old to do it anymore effectively.
JBM, is that your eye in the hole of the bass?
Man, you really got to watch Naruto.
That is really funny.
Yeah, so it's a good, and also the Batman Beyond series, the animated series premiered like in the 90s. I want to say for Warner Brothers.
I like the animation, and I liked how Batman didn't look like this big bulky thing. His suit was more sleek. I like that.
Yeah, like the tech upgrades, new person in the suit. Like got a way different build than Bruce Wayne, because Bruce Wayne is, wide. Batman Beyond is more slim. So yeah, it's and then let me pull up Terry McGinnis' backstory. Continue talking. JVM, did you see anybody see the animated series? Anybody else?
I did.
I didn't really watch Batman Beyond, to be honest with you. I came up on the animated series, Batman the animated series.
Yeah. I think I know when it was. I want to say it ran either on Toonami or Cartoon Network for a spell. After it had its run with Warner Brothers, and I caught a few episodes, didn't see the whole thing, but I'm familiar with the character and its backstory. Although I had to look up Terry McGinnis because I forgot that was the name. I kind of remember overall what the backstory was for it. But it's a different take, you know what I'm saying? So like, if this is the route that they go, if they follow sort of the roadmap of the animated series, then Michael Keaton wouldn't necessarily be the main character on screen. In the Batman suit, it would be Terry McGinnis. So they would have to cast a new Batman. But that also means we're getting another new Batman.
It's gonna be like 45 Batman.
We gotta get another Batman.
So what count are we at now? Whew.
All right, so we got the Batfleck.
Hot, B.
I just realized I had lipstick all down here from when I took my mask off. Nobody told me. I got it off. I'm good now.
Surprise! It's Toby.
Surprise! So I couldn't see it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, well, we got the Batfleck. We got
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
the Vampire Bat. Pat Bat.
Michael Keaton.
Oh no, what is that? I say Patman. It's Patman.
Oh,
Batfleck, Patman, Michael Keaton,
and
Toby McGinnis would have to be cast. And technically, technically there's another Batman that's in Batwoman, but we never see Bruce Wayne in Batwoman, but he's always mentioned. Like, so there, and that's in the Batwoman TV show. So like, whoever that person is, I don't know if they'll ever cast a Batman for the show. But
is there a young Bruce Wayne on the Gotham show? Even though I don't think, is it canceled?
Yes. Yeah, it got canceled, but yes, they did cast a young Bruce Wayne for that.
He was a kid in that one.
That counts.
Yeah, he was like 10, like 10 years old.
Yeah, wasn't it like right after his parents were killed?
Yeah, that's where it picks up right after his parents were killed.
Yeah.
If they continue the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, technically he was in there too.
Yep. So that's another one. What did they have? Yeah. No. Yeah.
He was there. You saw him multiple times on screen. In that film.
Was that a new Batman or was that Batfleck?
That was.
No, that was a new Batman. You're right. That was a new Batman.
You talking about in the Joker?
Yeah, that was new.
He was that. He never.
That was another Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
that was another Bruce Wayne.
He was a kid at the end of the movie when his parents passed, so he never got to be Batman in that.
Yeah, that's well, I mean, it's still Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Sith Lord, welcome back. Yeah, so Heem, you watched Batman Beyond.
Yeah. The one where he was a crackhead, and Batman Beyond was a crackhead.
Who was a crackhead?
He was kind of like just a angry, crotchety old man.
I mean,
the old Bruce Wayne.
Old Bruce Wayne, yeah, old Bruce.
He had arthritis. It's hard to be good.
Yeah, he was worse. He was worse in Batman Beyond than he was when he was Batman.
Sith Lord Maul, what you mean? You're not playing Among Us?
Yeah, don't you play Among Us? You don't play Among Us?
Among Us? You see my helmet is down because it's a little hot right now. You see my helmet. You see I got my pet with me. We out here.
I love it. I love it.
Man.
Sith Lord Maul, you're not on the Discord. You need to get on the Discord with us so we can play a game of Among Us and show you what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's a fact.
This is the most fun game. I was showing my mom. I'm most definitely sus. Yes, I am sus. I just want to say I was showing my mom how to play it last week, and like my mom is on TikTok, and she was watching people play, and the majority of the people who were showing their gameplay on TikTok were like older people. I won't say older, but like middle-aged plus people showing that they like to play the game too. So, you know what? I'm not going to be mad at that. I could very well be him. I think I would need to go get a little beard or something, but maybe I could reuse this outfit for another year and just get myself a beard, and I could do that. I'm missing some pink though. Didn't he have some puffs and stuff? I'm not
he
certain.
had like fluffy things or something going on.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, Sith Lord Maul knows what's up. You know what's up. You know the vibes. I switch up my name from time to time, but you know.
Right. Oh yeah. Also, man, too. I forgot. We got to shout out to Sean Connery, man. He passed away today.
Man.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to the OG James Bond.
To the real James Bond, forever and always James Bond.
Yeah. They say he passed in his sleep peacefully, though. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. 90 years old.
90. Yeah.
Had a
2020, man.
Yeah,
2020.
Nice, good long life, but yeah.
Black Twitter was in shambles
good
today.
To hear that he was
of the gospel singer who passed.
Oh yeah.
It'll come to me. Rance Allen.
Yes. Yeah, Rance Allen. I was
I
two legends today.
Allen.
You lost Rance Allen and 007, y'all.
Yeah.
Grandma's everywhere. Shook.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I need to get up on Lance Allen.
Rance.
Yeah, Rance.
Yeah, he's legendary gospel singer. Wild Day, rough Halloween. But next topic is let's talk about Assassin's Creed. Netflix confirming that they are working on an Assassin's Creed series in development alongside of the producers of the game. Two of the producers from the game from Ubisoft are working with Netflix to produce this series. What do you guys think about this news? And who's played the game? Because I have.
I have not played the game. The only thing I know is that movie that starred, what's the man's name from the new Pope?
Michael Fassbender.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was Jude Law in the new Pope, right?
Yes, Jude Law. But I knew. Yeah, they cast Michael Fassbender to play it.
In my head, they were the same person for a second. I never played the game, but the whole world told me that movie was bad, and so when I watched it, I really didn't understand what was going on anyway. So maybe this show should be better than that.
That movie did not do that game justice. It was not an accurate portrayal of the game. And I also would argue that it being a movie is a terrible way. Like, it should have been a series, because you can't really get into this game in 200 minutes, like in an hour, well, 2 hour in a 2 hour film. Like, it's just not going to happen. It was way too much content to cover.
Yeah, I think Netflix is going to do a great job making this into a series. After watching The Witcher, seeing how they turned that game story into a TV story, they did a great job. So my faith is high in them.
Yeah, and you're a fan of the Witcher franchise, and you were very you gave that series a high praise for its accuracy.
They stay true to the story and the characters, so it's
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I got to give Netflix credit for like working with the developers of the game, of the source material. Always when they're adapting a film or a movie, they work with the original content creators to be as accurate as possible and make sure they are executing their vision correctly. Like, and that's how all studios should operate. Like,
absolutely,
always. So I do have high hopes for this series.
And speaking of Assassin's Creed,
a successful video game movie.
I feel like there is. I'm just trying to think of one right quick.
Because I agree with you. Video games have so much content. Does it even make sense to make a movie?
Nope.
World of Warcraft was a good movie.
Yeah, that was. That should have been a franchise.
Y'all thought that movie was good? So as someone who did not play the game, okay, so my issues are more creative. Like, why is it that the main, was he an orc?
Mm-hmm.
Why was he completely CGI, but then his love interest was just Paula Patton with green makeup on?
Because it's Paula Patton.
I didn't like that.
It's Paula Patton.
I know it's Paula Patton, but it looks stupid. So as somebody who didn't play the game, I was just like, what the heck am I looking at?
I also didn't play the game. I just got to throw that out there.
You like that movie?
Yeah. I liked it. I walked into the movie thinking like this about to be like some mediocre trash. But I left the movie like, damn, that was actually pretty good. That was like,
yeah, I will say that it's pretty like Duncan Jones directed it, and he's a Warcraft player and fan. He's in like a lot of
there you go.
A lot of the lore he got. It's accurate to the game. It's not exactly what happens in the game, but according to, because I didn't play the game, but I've got friends who have played the game and who saw the movie, and they said that a lot of the issues that they had with that movie weren't anything to do with the lore, because the lore was very accurate. Like locations, people, like all of that was accurate. It was just they felt the execution was lacking, and part of it too was that he didn't get that budget was low.
It looked like the budget was low. I could see that on screen.
Yeah,
that's why they had to do Paula Patton. They couldn't CGI her.
Yeah,
it wasn't in the budget.
I'm gonna be honest. She probably cost more than CGI. She ain't cheap. And every other character was CGI, which didn't make any sense. Everybody else was CGI but her.
I gotta go back and watch that now that I'm watch that. But
I went to a dollar theater and I'm still mad. No one should be angry after paying $1. I went to a dollar theater and I'm still mad.
That's a Yelp review right there. Put that on Yelp.
I will.
Rotten Tomatoes.
I'll put that on Rotten Tomatoes.
I went to the dollar theater and still mad.
Like, no one should be mad after only seeing a movie for $1, but I was upset.
Yeah, I would like this. I still, I've only seen it. I think I saw it twice, maybe. I think I saw it twice, but I wouldn't be opposed to that being like Netflix. Like somebody should buy it and turn it into a series, and then, I would try to see if Duncan Jones, I believe that's his name, Duncan Jones, would come back.
Yeah, but going back to Assassin's Creed, I posted something in the Discord earlier today, and it's about a real assassin from like 1792, and it had like real Assassin's Creed vibes. I'm gonna show y'all this picture. This is from IG, if y'all can see that. This is like a real mask and weapons used by an assassin to kill a king in 1792. I'll read the caption. Mask and weapons used by assassin Jacob Johann Ancastrum against King Gustav III of Sweden at a masked ball on March 16th, 1792.
Yeah.
So Assassin's Creed has got some real historical.
No, so I will say that it is all of the assassinations in the game are real assassins. Like they're all historically accurate. So I'll give some backstory into the franchise because I'm a huge fan of this franchise.
Lord God, tell us what's up.
So the Assassin's Creed is an order of assassins that are at war basically with the Templar throughout the entire franchise. Like the Templar act as kind of sort of like the Illuminati New World Order, and all of the people that the assassins are assassinating are basically pawns and figureheads that the Templars have put into power. And so you travel to all these locations through time. There's time travel involved. You are an ancestor of one of the assassins. And there's this machine that they put you in that allows you to relive the memories of your past ancestor. And so you go back, and these historians are trying to figure out, like, I know actually, as a matter of fact, these people are a part of the Creed. They're trying to go back into the past to figure out like what happened during certain points in time and get any clues that can help them in the present day. So that that plot alone is way too much for like a single movie. Like this is why it should have been a series, because you have to explain all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a really cool franchise because as JVM just stated, like the assassins, all of the, and as I just previously mentioned, the assassins in the game, everybody that you assassinate are historically accurate figures. They're real people, and they were actually assassinated in real life at the locations where you do it. But yeah, you're basically trying to stop this organization from taking over the world. Yeah, and so like you're traveling constantly between the present day and the past.
Got you.
Yeah. I saw that comment. That's funny. I think Sith Lord is referencing the Starlight Beacon show. I think that's what.
Oh.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we got different hosting for each of our shows. This is our big show. This is our main show. We got
this is the main show. Yeah, Monty is part of the OG crew. She the boss lady.
Yeah, found it. The first lady. First lady. And yeah. So this is all the founding members, the 4 founding fathers and mothers.
Let's put
mother
-1
and Lou back up.
-1 that is Lou.
Minus Lou, who couldn't join us tonight for this episode. My man's right there.
Yeah, that's a founding father if I ever seen one.
Yeah, we come on this show and we just we go through basically the news.
Oh man, you're killing me with I can't. That crease, man. That crease is like
that is wild,
in HD
bro.
right there.
Double cheeked up on a Saturday afternoon.
Oh Lord,
the sun is out. That was funny.
Hey, shout out to Rona Warrior's background though. Is that from what I think is from?
It absolutely is, and I took it in game.
Oh,
hey, yep,
I can dig that.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that's the golden forest right there. Oh God.
Today is not the day.
He was in full troll mode right now.
Always, even on the Discord.
Oh man.
Everybody watching. Raheem is a crack baby.
Yeah, full-blown internet troll.
Full-blown crack baby. He can't help it.
Nope. He was
crack baby.
He was an internet troll before. Oh God. He was an internet troll before internet trolls existed.
Yeah, man. So what else we got on this list? This gumbo ingredient list.
Yeah. So the last episode is the Mandalorian episode 1, which JBM and I've done a review for on Starlight Beacon yesterday.
Yeah.
Monty, have you had a chance to see the episode?
I sure did.
Hey, okay. So you ready to talk about it? Let's because I know.
Actually, I watched it before you guys went live, but I wasn't able to join the show on Friday.
All right.
So I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't able to watch, but yeah, I watched it, and that dragon was nasty. I was not expecting his fire to be what it was, and I didn't like that.
What made it nasty though? Was it when he was on top of the mountain spitting it out from a little hole, from a little pee hole?
The first time he spat it out, I was like, "Hey, yo, what is that? What is that?" I was not okay. And then he kept doing it. I was like, "Oh, so like that's like how he breathes fire." Wow, that's real nasty.
Yeah, it spits acid.
Is that the first time you've seen that monster in Star Wars history?
No, Crate Dragon is a video game thing, which is wild. We talked about this on the show.
Screen though, yes.
This is the first time we've seen it on screen.
So like that was pretty big. That was a big moment to see a Crate Dragon.
That is a very, very, very deep cut, like as far as lore goes. Like, I mean, this because it makes its first appearance in, I think I would say Knights of the Old Republic, but it also appears in Galaxies. I don't know. I can't remember which game came out first. But Star Wars Galaxies is an MMO that came out, I think, in 2006. I want to say produced by Sony, and then Knights of the Old Republic, the classic RPG game for Xbox, originally released on Xbox, is the other time we've seen it up here. And then we also technically see the bones of a crate dragon in A New Hope. And it's just as the camera's panning. I think when the stormtroopers are on the dewbacks looking for R2 and C-3PO, there's a skeleton that you can see like on the top of the hill, and it's supposed to be a skeleton of a crate dragon.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so yeah,
That's
and I mentioned this in the episode of Starlight Beacon, the pearl that they find inside of the crate dragon also is another deep cut in the game, in both games, Star Wars Galaxies and Knights of the Old Republic. those pearls have kyber crystals inside.
Gotcha.
Those are the crystals that power the lightsabers.
Do they?
The Jedi.
So when they got it in this episode, do they know that it's in there? Like, is that a well-known thing that's what's in that pearl?
So it is a well-known thing within the old canon, and the fact that they put that in there as a reference and made sure that they highlighted it and gave it as much screen time as they did, I think they're teasing something, because once again, Dave Filoni, he would know that. Like he knows that those things have pearls, and he knows that in the games they had kyber crystals in them. So whether or not they decide to make that canon, we'll see. I think it could potentially
and we
happen.
spoke about a theory on the show yesterday where they get the kyber crystal out of the pearl and they use it to make a saber to battle whoever is wielding the dark saber, which seems to be Moff Gideon right now.
Yeah. Also,
working theory we had.
Yeah, and I mentioned this too. Another lore cut is the
Sand people knew. Right here.
Yeah, the Sand people would trade it. They would trade them. They would sell them to the Jawas.
I feel like that's what they were telling us, because they were holding it up, like celebrating, like they knew they found some gold.
Oh yeah, they're basically going to be set.
Yeah.
For eternity now that he got that crate dragon pearl. But in the lore, Boba Fett built a lightsaber at one point and fought. I want to say he fought Darth Vader. I think it was Darth Vader that he fought with the lightsaber.
Why would he?
It may not have been Darth Vader. Because Boba Fett in the old EU was like, he was that dude. Like he was a problem. Like he was basically Master Chief from Halo. In the old EU, like he was a complete. You didn't want to run into Boba Fett ever. If Boba Fett was on you, he came at your neck. And at one point, he actually became leader of Mandalore during Heir to the Empire and the Vong invasion. Which, like I said, which would have taken place during the time period that we are in the Mandalorian, and the fact that we see Boba Fett at the end, spoilers. Tamara Morrison, who we know is going to be playing Boba Fett. We could see something of that nature happen in this series. And Boba Fett also is Jon Favreau's favorite character in Star Wars. So that definitely won't be the last time we see that character. And I also believe that it's rumored he's going to get his own show.
Wait, question. The armor that not the warden, what did they call him?
The Marshal, Cobb Vanth.
Marshal. Was that Boba Fett's armor?
Yep, it's Boba Fett's armor.
Yeah, that was his armor.
Connections are being made.
Yeah, they're setting some stuff up.
So what do you think happened with Boba Fett, Amani, after the episode 6 when he was eaten by the...
I don't know.
Well, nobody knows.
Well, yeah, we don't know.
So we speculating. Like I think he made it out, but he was like stranded in the desert the same way Cobb was in episode 1 of Mandalorian here, and he traded in. He like traded in his armor. He was like, I failed. I'm not worthy. Take this in exchange for something to get him back on his feet. And he's just a traveling Ronin or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, I already deduced that the Marshal was not the Mandalorian from the intel. It was in fact Boba Fett. So I got that now. But I'm wondering, once a Mandalorian takes off their helmet, like they're done, right? Like he can't get that armor back.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see. I don't think that. Well, here's the thing too. Boba Fett's technically not a Mandalorian. But given his never mind. I'll say Jango Fett technically isn't a Mandalorian. Boba Fett may have been adopted into the culture as a foundling. Just like Jim. Yeah. Because we really don't know what happens to Boba Fett after Revenge of the Sith, because he does take his father's armor. We see him pop up in the Clone Wars animated TV show a few times. And then after that, we don't see him. So we have no idea what he was doing between Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes. Well, no, actually, technically between, Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, I think that since we've seen Boba Fett and we have Boba Fett's old armor, and now Mando has Boba Fett's armor, there's no way we're not going to see Boba Fett get reunited with his armor. It's like he's got to put it back on. To get like refurbished some kind of way, but we're gonna see Boba Fett in that Mando armor.
Absolutely, he's putting that armor back on because, like I said, this is Jon Favreau's favorite character, and he's the showrunner, and he directed this episode. So there's no way we're not going to see Boba Fett in that armor. That's going to happen. How it happens is where the story is. That's where we'll see how the story goes. I also want to point out the fact that it's possible that Boba gets he's adopted into the Mandalorian's tribe. He lives on Mandalore for a spell. It would be interesting if he was on Mandalore during the Purge and he fought alongside Bo-Katan and all of those, and then maybe he knows a little bit more about what happened as far as the Purge and all of that. That would be an interesting play. But it's kind of a stretch because canonically he is a bounty hunter during that time period as well. But we also don't know when the Purge technically happens. We know it begins shortly after or shortly before A New Hope. So if Boba becomes a bounty hunter like after the Purge, then that all that would kind of tie together nicely. But yeah, we'll see. And then also, Boba Fett's connected to the Skywalkers. Like he knows Luke Skywalker. He fought. The last thing we saw him doing in canon was fighting Luke Skywalker on the sail barge during Return of the Jedi. So he and the Mandalorian meet. It's more than likely that he's going to tell him to go look for Luke Skywalker. Whether or not we see Luke Skywalker, I don't know.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Luke is turning, and during this time, Luke is really kind of turning into like more of a sage. He's traveling the galaxy looking for lost Jedi artifacts. He's not involved with the New Republic. He is kind of sort of loosely through Leia, but he's pretty much going off on his own ever since the Return of the Jedi, just to continue his training and to become basically a Jedi Master and a Grand Master before he builds his temple. So yeah, there's the potential for it is there. But I really, he would be so hard to find at this point in time because I don't think anybody would even know where Luke is. But I think on his quest to find Luke, this is how he runs into Ahsoka.
Did Ahsoka exist during the same time as Mandalorian?
Yes.
Do you think
Yeah,
we're
she's alive.
on
She's
screen?
older.
Yeah, she's a lot older.
Yeah.
She would be probably in her 40s.
Do you think
Actually, as a matter of fact, her and Rosario Dawson would be about the same age, honestly. Like, I think because Rosario is what?
Older than Boba Fett.
Yeah, just a few years older.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few years older. Because they are close in
ask
age.
her or something? Is she going to be on the show?
That's the rumor. And that rumor has been all but confirmed. Rosario Dawson has been cast as Ahsoka Tano.
Do we know the title for episode 2 yet?
We do not. I don't believe we do. Let me check.
As someone who has seen them all, but I'm not like deep into the lore, this show continues to excite me. Like, I didn't notice all the Easter eggs that you guys noticed, but I was definitely glued to my screen the whole time.
Mm-hmm. That's something we brought up on the show yesterday too. Like, the Easter eggs are not like they're not forced. Like, they serve a purpose and they serve the story, and it's just a reward for those of us who can identify what they are. So it's not like beating you over the head with like lore that, you know, if you don't know what it is, then like you're just going to be lost. Like, you can still follow the story while, you know, they inject all of these different Easter eggs and old lore elements that we can appreciate. The hardcore fans like myself and JBM can appreciate. Like Anakin's pod racer engine being in there, like Cobb Vanth having that pod racer engine, like that brings me so much joy. Like, just to see that.
That was really cool to see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just acknowledging.
It's like, yeah, it feels like all the stories they really do exist in the same universe.
Yeah,
like a detail like that come back up, you know.
Mm-hmm. And then it doesn't make a big deal about it. It's just like, yep, that happened. You know, it's like, oh, we're not gonna focus on it. It's just, here it is, big on screen. You know what that is.
Yeah, man. But it was good stuff, man. Good episode 1. Good intro. Good opening.
Yeah.
I need to give the baby something to do rather than being adorable. I agree. And they just,
I want to see him choke somebody out and pass out again.
Keep the baby in the background. I don't even want to see the baby.
No, I want to see his baby work. First of all, I love that we call him the baby, even though they've already established that he's 50 years old. Like, we are going to continue. We don't even call him the child. We call him the baby.
Yeah.
We got enough.
Can he get a nickname?
He Tutu. We say that last night. We came up with the name Tutu. That's the nickname for the baby.
I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about on screen. Like,
no, it's just a child. That's all.
Yeah, it's the child.
The child.
Having a dog and naming it dog.
But that would also be making the assumption that it doesn't already have a name. It can't speak, and it can't speak basic.
Because it'll be what you call it.
Yeah, but that's like nah.
Yeah,
It's giving me slavery.
Oh. No, it's not like your name is Toby and that's what you need to go by. It's, oh, you can't talk and I don't know what to call you, but I don't want to just call you kid. I think that's rude. Like, hey, yo, kid, like, give him a nickname or something.
But naming it though, it's a lot that goes in the name. So that would, if they would name it, that would mean they would intend to keep it.
A nickname. Like, you go all out for something that you don't need. Like, if you want to get the kids' attention, what do you say?
You say, hey.
You pull a Kawhi Leonard. Hey.
Yeah.
I would say if I think when they unite with Ahsoka, I think Ahsoka has to take the child and either return the child back to its people, because she will be getting a spinoff show. She'll have her own Disney Plus show as well. I think that journey has to continue with Ahsoka. Like she's the only one really at this point that can, I think, take care of the child, because it can't become a Mandalorian. That was already established. So I think, however Ahsoka makes her grand entrance, I think by the end of the show, she and the child will be going on their own adventure, and Mandalorian's story is going to broaden.
I would hope so, because right now it seems like his story is the child.
It can't continue because of how slowly the child ages. Like it's going to be another 50 years before it's mature enough to wield a lightsaber. But Ahsoka can begin training it to use the Force and control its Force powers better, because it already has some proficiency with the Force. But she's really the one that's got to nurture and teach it how to, the appropriate ways to use its powers. I also think that because she's not really a Jedi, she's kind of like a sage, a Force sage. Like she abandoned the Jedi Order, and even in Rebels, when we see her pop up again, she's still not. She doesn't claim to be a Jedi. She's like, her name is like, her like title is Lady Tano. And I think that they should continue that, like let her create her own order of Force users, and then maybe the child can be a part of that. And then they go off on some other part of the galaxy, so that they're not involved in everything that happens with the Skywalkers. Because that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool if they do like a sequel to, if they do episode 10, for instance, and then Ahsoka and her order of Force users and the child come back into the picture, and she's got a whole order of Force users that wield lightsabers that aren't Jedi but are on the light side fighting. That would be really cool to see. And we also don't know how long Togruta can live, which is Ahsoka's species. In the old EU, I think the expected life span for Togruta was like 180 to 200 years. And in new canon, they haven't established what their lifespan is. So I think they could do that. She's an alien.
Would y'all live for 200 years? It
depends on what that looks like. Like, am I going to age the way I'm aging now? So I'm going to look like I'm gonna look dusty, like literal dust by the time I'm 200, or am I gonna rock out looking 50 for like 100 years? Because that's what's up.
Just say you.
Yeah, the aging just it spans.
Yeah. So
see, I wanna be this age right now for like 150 years, and then I can just get old real quick after that.
So your 20s would be like 40 years.
No, I need a little
bit. That's assuming it's doubled. Like, so you could triple, quadruple, however.
What would I do with all that time? What would y'all do with all that time?
In Star Wars?
No, you asked what would I do if I could live that long. So I'm thinking about in our current reality, I'm the only person who's living that long.
Yeah, you just experience life as it changes.
Yeah.
Through generations. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. See life, how life changes and evolves, and like
imagine you was around in 1900 and you still around here in 2020.
Like I would I would just be a scholar. Like
yeah,
you can travel the world, learn about all these different cultures, like live lifestyles with different cultures for it. Like the possibilities are endless.
See, I would be nervous about being tracked though, because if I'm the only person who could live that long, I need to be off the radar. Otherwise, they're gonna probably put me in a lab and try to see why I can live that long. That's where my mind goes. If I'm gonna live that long and I'm the only one, I need to be off the grid.
Yeah, you can do that. You can go to like Tibet.
Yeah.
No, I'm not off the grid in Tibet.
You can be. I mean, you can really. You can disappear.
I mean, I would think that you would have no choice. Otherwise, they want to treat you like they treated that flower in Anaconda.
I mean, yeah, you can't become like a celebrity in like a popular figure. Like you just stay under the radar. Can't have a normal job. Like you have to. Your lifestyle would change, but it's plenty to do if you can live for it.
Man, if I could live forever, one thing I'm not going to do is get a job. Ruby from Lovecraft Country.
Oh man,
I'm still upset about that.
Me too. Just took a character that was so interesting and just was like, how much can we just ruin this?
They said, oh, she's white now. Maybe she wants to get a job. What? That's not what I would have done with that power. Oh, they would have had to kill me because I would have done everything bad with that power. I'd have done the complete opposite. We crossed the show.
Ruby's best moment was in the first episode on stage with her sister.
No, when she took out, so after she got the job, she did a little bit of good by jacking old boy up with her high heel. So that was worth it.
But that was like her.
I'd say that was her best moment. I would say
it was something that she did for good. Like that was something that she did, and she was on the right side.
After she tried to blackmail the other black employee, and they realized that they were screwing her over too behind the scenes. Then realized like, oh, okay, I shouldn't be doing this and treating her like this. Let me go get revenge for both of us.
She's wrong for that. I'm just saying that for that. But as far as her, once she became a white woman, her attacking the manager was the only thing that she did that was good. And I say good loosely because I mean she technically jacked somebody's butthole up.
Yeah, I feel like that still was a selfish act she did. She did it more for herself than anything.
It was, I mean, so self-gratification is the problem for me. And had he not attacked that girl, then she wouldn't have done it. So yes, she got something out of it, but it's still because of his actions that she did it. That's why I said I just don't see how getting a job was really gratifying for her because she didn't even get the job as a black woman. She was still a white lady.
That's what I mean.
You still didn't get what you wanted.
You know, they just took that character and just ran it through the mud.
For those who don't know what we're talking about Lovecraft Country, the character of Ruby, who has caused a lot of, well, no, I think pretty much everybody's been in agreement that Ruby is trash. Except Lou. Lou was caper for her a little bit.
Yeah, she had a body snatches moment.
I don't think at the end though. Like by the end, I think up until after the Superstore thing, he kind of started changing his tune. And I think he really did change his tune after the Emmett Till thing. I think everybody kind of jumped. I think everybody that was on her side after the Emmett Till thing, they were kind of like, yeah, nah, can't.
Yeah, after that.
As soon as I saw episode 5, the sex episode, I was like, nah,
it's like that's
I'm not rocking with Ruby.
Yeah.
I'm not with the dead went stuff.
Yeah,
Also,
that was a little rough.
The scene, the white sex scene with Ruby when she was the white lady and then she became Black Ruby, I think that might have been the most disturbing imagery we saw throughout the show. Like most episodes I watched more than once. I'm not interested in seeing that again. I can still see it if I close my eyes.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's a horrific sight to see. And speaking of that,
yeah, it is like
community discussion.
Monty?
That's why she did.
Community. We were getting to the community discussion.
It's Halloween, y'all. Miss Cooper, I agree. That's why, honestly, let's hope she's officially dead. I don't even want to deal with her nonsense next year.
No, she's dead. She's dead. And I don't think that series is going to pick up right where that left off. I think we're going to do a time jump.
Yeah, go into the future.
Misha said, "Oh, we just built the foundation for a universe or a multiverse of stories." So I was like, "Boom, confirmation. We get more." That's all I need to know. I don't need to follow the stories of these characters. Like I can let's go. Let's get some new stories, new time period. Keep some characters consistent just for continuity, but like let's get a new cast and all that.
Get it, Lou. Get it.
All right.
It's community discussion time, y'all. So as you know, It's Halloween all October. We've had horror themed community discussions. This week is the last one of Halloween. It's officially Halloween, and I want to know about your favorite serial killer horror films. Now, what I was thinking of at the time was specifically your people like Michael Myers and, you know, Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees. But if you don't know, Criminal Minds happens to be one of my favorite shows. It has very high replay value. You can watch it all day, every day. I learned a lot about the FBI and how they operate, and I really feel like that's how it looks. But anyway, I learned that if you kill 3 people, just 3 people, you are a serial killer. So technically, a lot of films that people would not think of as serial killer films probably count. Because once you kill 3 people, you're a serial killer. So this conversation can be a lot more open than what I had in mind.
Okay.
So,
but sticking to horror.
Yeah, we do.
Want to stick
into horror. Yeah,
it is very easy to get out of that because a lot of like if you Google serial killer films, the majority of them are going to be thrillers and dramas.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say that this individual is my favorite serial killer, but my favorite serial killer horror film is probably Hush. I don't know if you've seen it, but Hush is a movie about a deaf girl who lives in the middle of nowhere in the woods, and a man is stalking her and basically trying to kill her. And the whole film is about her. One, it takes her a minute to realize someone is there because she's deaf, so she cannot hear him. The only reason why she finds out that he's there is because he makes her aware of his presence. But it's really good. I want to say it's on Netflix. It's definitely horror, definitely will make you jump and scream. It's one of my top faves. So I wouldn't say that the serial killer himself, well, I mean, he was scary, and it was scary because of her circumstances. And so a lot of the film, they put you in her reality. It's dead silent because she can't hear. So they want you to feel what she felt.
That's like that other movie where you had to be silent. You were inside a house and this guy was like taking women and keeping them in the basement.
Oh, Don't Speak.
So yeah, is that it? Don't Speak?
I think it's called Don't Speak. First of all, I saw that movie. I was like trying to watch it, and I never really got to see the full thing until one day I saw the whole thing. He was nasty. Oh, it's Don't Breathe.
Yeah. Don't
He
breathe.
was nasty, and you didn't like. They didn't tell you that's what the movie was about.
I would say, okay, so if you're watching and you're trying to find some movies, if you Google slasher films, that will pretty much keep you in the horror category, horror genre. Because I just did that, and like all of those are horror. So if you need some help refreshing your memory on some good slasher films, go ahead, Google slasher films, and you'll get a good list.
Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so like, your boy Chucky. Did you all see
because that was
the most recent one, Child's Play, the one that came out and it was the animatronic doll?
No, I've only seen the original.
I like the concept of this one. So imagine like how people have Alexa in their house and it's connected to the thermostat and the light switch and like everything's all connected. Imagine if you could buy a doll for your kid that could also control those things. So all the electronics in your house are all made by one company, including this doll, and he's nuts. That's what the movie is, and I thought it was dope. I'd say it was a little different from the original Chucky. I mean, like Chucky, before he was just a doll who's not supposed to talk. This doll is supposed to talk, but very quickly his words start becoming sinister and crazy things start happening. So yeah.
That's cool. I like how they modernized that. That is interesting.
I wish they could do another one. Because it would be dope to see how they handle the Bride of Chucky. The only negative though is in the original Chucky films, like it was a serial killer's spirit that was in Chucky. And then in The Bride of Chucky, they brought the woman, they put her in Tiffany in the doll's body. And with the most recent version, that's not what happened. It's just this guy who got fired from his job was pissed. And so he basically put a virus in one of the dolls. I'm giving y'all the whole story. My bad. I mean,
I was about to say, we about to get the whole movie in a minute.
My bad.
He put a virus in the doll? Is that right?
I'm not saying nothing else. I don't know what happened.
Alrighty. Cool. You want to go? Me go. I didn't have you can go because I had some movies that were finalists. I didn't come up with one that was like my top serial killer.
Nothing wrong with that.
Mine is Saw.
Saw.
Because Saw 1 for me, I think that Saw 1 had the best story out of the Saw franchise. It wasn't everything else to me just became like gore porn. But this, like the way they had it set up, because it's like, you got all these people are bad. They're not, they've done some questionable things in their personal lives. And like, even though these games that he's playing are like gruesome and very violent, like it's like he's trying to make them own their mistakes before they perish. But it's like the psychology of Saul and his methodology is why he's in my top.
I will say, like, the stuff that he chooses isn't always that deep.
No.
Like, like, yo, you stole an apple when you were 5, G.
Yeah.
Like, pull your intestines out, or we're gonna shoot you in the big toe, and somehow it's gonna go through your brain.
Mm-hmm.
That's rough.
Yeah. And it's also like, I think that was a previous community topic we had was like what scenarios that we not want to be in. And I'm pretty sure that was my pick, like the Saw thing. I think because
it
was like
that was your pick, the Saw.
Yeah, because it was like it's no way
it's not.
Yeah, like I would because it was like, all right, what would you not want to live through? And I'm like, I'm definitely not living through Saw.
I think I said I was going to kill myself. If I woke up and I was in one of his things, I got to go. I'm gonna do whatever it takes because I'm not.
Was it Saw 2 where they had to like slice the back of their neck skin to get a code? Or was that Saw 3? Y'all remember that?
I can't remember which. I know they all bleed together, but I can't remember which one that was. It wasn't the first one though.
I think it might have been 2.
Yeah.
The only Saw that I feel like I could palette was Saw 5. Saw 5 was the one with Megan Good that I swore up and down was Ashanti for some reason.
Did I see that? I didn't see that.
It was really good.
I don't think I've only seen 1 through 3.
Saw 5 is, I mean, it's still gory, but it's not like the same type of stuff that he put people through in the previous ones. Like they had to work together in Saw 5. So that was a different spin and it was cool. But I mean, people still died, but yeah.
Which one ended with the dude getting his head exploded from the ice blocks?
Not 5.
I think it might have been 3 or 2. I think I've only seen up to 3, part of 3 maybe. But yeah, these 2 giant ice blocks just came smashed. Oh,
which one was the one when they had the bear traps in their mouth and like the timer would count down and like it would, if they couldn't get it unlocked in time, it would just the bear trap would open and like rip the mouth. Yeah. Oh, that jump was crazy, bro. That like anything, all of the ones with a countdown.
I think that was 3.
Yo, that's in like the anxiety it gives you watching that show. It's just like, oh my Lord. Yeah.
So I just Googled it. Yo, some fool made one.
Made what?
The reverse bear trap?
Made one.
The bear trap?
The problem with movies like this. Because
you can't be giving people ideas.
In their houses, that's just like, oh, I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can do it. And then things happen.
What did he test it on?
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, but so I had a couple finalists. You got Christian Bale from American Psycho, who is a psychopath who worked in the corporate world.
mm-hmm.
And was just killing people that didn't like his business card type of thing. He would trip on the smallest thing. Then you got the slashers in Scream.
Yeah,
Scream franchise. That was a good movie. Scream 1 and 2, I think, were the best from the all the other ones. Then you had the serial killer from Silence of the Lambs.
Hannibal Lecter.
Not Hannibal Lecter.
I was going to mention Hannibal.
What's his name? Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill, who was taking the skin from people and dressing in it to look like a woman. That is some psychotic.
Have you ever seen Red Dragon?
Yeah.
I would argue that the dude from Red Dragon was scarier than Buffalo Bill.
Yeah.
He was bugging out. Like, he was really bugging. And it's also played by the guy who played Voldemort, which
oh man.
Like he looks like he kills people. This is what his face looks like. Also, for y'all who don't know, they didn't have to do much makeup to Voldemort to make him look like that. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, it's just a nose prosthetic.
It's just the nose. Yeah.
And I think the eyes, I think they did something with his eyes too, probably contacts. But yeah, he pretty much does look like the character.
And also the hillbilly, the deformed hillbillies from The Hills Have Eyes.
Harry Potter.
They were some crazy
boy who lived.
Talk about pull up in the wrong neighborhood. You don't want to pull up around the hills.
Yeah, no.
With eyes.
No.
Have you ever seen Wrong Turn?
I think the beginning of it, aren't they like in the woods or something? And they like literally like the wrong turn.
That's in West Virginia. Which one is in West Virginia?
I don't know where they are. They're in the middle of nowhere and they make a wrong turn. Literally, they get lost and it's basically The Hills Have Eyes, but instead of in the hills, you in the country somewhere. And that was nuts. But they're very similar, like inbred, deformed looking people. But in The Hills Have Eyes, where they like
what?
Bro? What?
I'm sorry. I just looked up the Ginger Dead Man, bro. What is this? Somebody come look at this. Hold on. Oh my Lord. Hey, this just look like the dude from the Goonies.
Oh no. He looked like Clayface from Batman.
I saw that meme going on Twitter and I didn't know what it was.
What? Of course he even seen this. How?
Is it a literal cookie? Like, is it small?
The only way you watch stuff like this is because Blockbuster existed. You can't even how you gonna find stuff like this without Blockbuster?
So I will say,
I know he had to have picked this up at Blockbuster.
The Red Box is still alive and well. You can get DVDs at like any CVS, Walgreens, or grocery store in Jersey, and they got movies just like that.
Like, it's crazy. Oh yeah. Grocery stores now kind of sort of. You can look at those any like basically the ones up at the cash register, all terrible. All terrible.
Do y'all have Red Boxes in North Carolina? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, we got Red Box.
What? Come on now.
I didn't remember.
Jesus Christ! Where do you think this is? Oh, gosh,
I was just trying to see if maybe that was some northern stuff.
That is they're pretty much everywhere.
Say that's a northerner thing to say.
Oh my goodness! Don't do me like that.
Do we have Red Box? What?
I have a special. A movie that is close to my heart, and I forgot, but it definitely counts as a slasher film. Cool. We might have spoken about this. The Midnight Meat Train.
No, I don't.
I've never talked about There's a movie called The Midnight Meat Train starring Bradley Cooper. He's a photographer living in New York City, and he accidentally takes a photograph of something that's a little funky.
That's funny. Midnight Meat Train.
Midnight Meat Train.
Different genre type of movie.
every time I agree. I don't know why they named it that, but it has nothing to do with what
this is wild.
Yo, I'm telling y'all, Heem, I think it's on Amazon. Watch the Midnight Meat Train. You are not ready. Whatever you think that movie is about, it's not what it's about. Like, I'm not even gonna give y'all no spoilers. It's starring Bradley Cooper, and that's what made me watch it, because I was like, when did he make this movie?
Oh, you know what? I think I saw a preview for that.
Watch it.
You said he takes a picture or something. Is it while he's on the subway? He takes his picture?
He takes pictures like around NYC. Some on the subway, but it's the Midnight Meat Train, so there's some subway stuff involved. But yeah, it's worth the watch. I don't want to tell you what it's about because the name is just so out there. Like, I just go watch it. It's a horror film on Amazon Prime Video.
I see some pictures from it, and I get the name now. It's like a meat locker, but on the train. And the meat is not cow. I'll say that.
I'm looking up Unhinged now. That's starring Russell Crowe. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
It came out 2020. What is it?
Has to be good.
How did you see it? You paying to see it, or you saw it illegally, Heem?
Jeez, let's put this business out.
I mean, you wrote it in the comments, so now I want to know.
What? This looks crazy.
I'm telling you, have to watch the Midnight Meat Train. It's good. Watch it.
It was released in Denmark, apparently, July 27th.
Well, we know he wasn't in Denmark.
What was Midnight Meat Train?
I'm sure he's resourceful.
Unhinged?
Yeah, Midnight Meat Train came out in 2008.
Is that his homeboy had it? I love it. The homie hookup.
Russell Crowe. He can happen to anyone.
It's on Amazon Prime.
This says I got to pay for it.
So he went crazy.
So then he rented it. Somebody rented it.
He gained some weight for this role.
I was just about to say he was looking a little thick.
Yeah, a little chub.
Also, technically, the little girl from Orphan is a serial killer. I went to Amazon Prime Video and typed in Midnight Meat Train. For a second, and Hinge. It's there to rent.
For real. Any other suggestions?
Yeah, anybody got any serial killers in the horror genre? Nobody said Mike Myers. Surprised about that one.
Oh, because he's kind of obvious. And also,
too obvious.
I just don't like the fact that he moves so slow and people still let him get them. Like, this man does not run. He walks. It's a brisk walk, but it's not even a brisk walk. He's walking as fast as a zombie in The Walking Dead, yet somehow he kills mad people, and they just stand there and scream while he walks towards them.
Yeah, and then Jason Voorhees.
He'll run though. Well, he didn't run. That was his mama. But yeah.
I wasn't big on the Jason films, and I'm not a big fan of Freddy Krueger either.
Yeah, like
Same.
they were all of the. I think Voorhees, Krueger, and Michael Myers are like your obvious like choices in as far as when people talk about slashers. But they are my favorite.
Oh.
I think we spoke about it a little bit on the last podcast when I was talking about the zombie podcast that I listened to. Horror films and popular horror films are, what am I trying to say? The type of horror films that they make are influenced by what's scaring us at the time. So like the Michael Myers and the Jason Voorhees, although they still make a film like that, that's not the type of scare that's scaring us right now, because our reality doesn't really have us interested in one singular killer. That's why like a mob of zombies is more popular, or just some sort of monster that's coming to get you. Like, so just in general, those aren't scary.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Oh, is that Jeffrey Dahmer?
Jeffrey
Dahmer.
So that's a real life serial killer.
Yeah. That was this. So is this a series? Probably. Or is it a movie? Is this a movie or is this a series?
This is a film from 2002. Yeah.
Where's
Yeah.
the
I was gonna say because those are
biopic on Jeffrey Dahmer 2002.
Yeah, I mean biopics, in movies based on real characters, I would count, or real people are I would definitely count in that horror.
I don't remember the name of the film. Okay, maybe it's this one, The Haunting of Sharon Tate.
Silence the Lambs.
Yeah. Ronnie, which one? Buffalo Bill or Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs?
Can I curse real quick?
Sure.
When Buffalo Bill says, "Put the fucking lotion in the basket," that is like the funniest thing to me. You can't take him seriously. It's so funny to me every time because he was bugging out. He was like, "Put the lotion in the basket." Every time.
Oh,
yeah, that voice is.
He was struggling with his gender and in the film, so him switching like in and out of voices and trying to remain calm, but also still being masculine when he gets angry. Although in hindsight that shouldn't be funny, but he was killing people, so I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah, if it's funny, it's funny.
The Hannibal series on Netflix, I need to mention that. I know I think I talked about it a little bit before, but the series, I don't think it was originally on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix now.
Mm-hmm.
But the show is really good. And the serial killers they cover on the show are way more sinister than anything we've seen in the films. Like, just downright, like, it's a TV show, and I'm shook and I'm thoroughly disturbed watching this stuff. It's beyond creepy. Hannibal, just like in the films, he's a psychologist who assists the FBI with serial killers. So there's multiple serial killers in the show. Almost maybe every episode or every other episode, there's a new one. It's nuts. The things that they do to these people, like, I actually often take breaks from watching it. I'm on a break right now because there was one that was just so nuts. I was like, I can't do this. I need a couple of days. So yeah, that's the Hannibal show is currently on Netflix. I absolutely recommend it. Watch it. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I would also, I guess an honorable mention would be Jekyll and Hyde.
I mean, if that's the case, then Dracula.
I would count Dracula
As a
serial killer. I mean, he's technically.
Dracula is hard. Yeah, he is hard. Dracula is definitely.
It's technically horror. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he would count because if the definition of a serial killer is killing three or more, then he definitely qualifies as a serial killer.
I got one name, but it's not a horror genre. But he is a definite serial killer.
Yeah, let's open it up for the last 20 minutes then.
Orochimaru.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
This motherfucker is
crazy.
He'll kill you and then bring you back to life so he can kill you again.
Who was that? Yeah. And where are they from?
He's from Naruto. He's a rogue ninja who's trying to master this ninjutsu to have eternal life, and he works in necromancy and like forbidden jutsus.
Bro, the killers in anime are they are different.
Yeah,
they be different, man. Like sheesh.
Have y'all seen Parasite on Netflix? It's an anime.
I've seen the ads. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, y'all might want to see that. It's in it aligns with gore. I'd say my brother's been watching it. Every time I look up, it's like bloody everywhere.
I'll check it out. I'm trying to think, am I missing anyone?
That's one, two. I know I'm missing people.
Hannibal. Yep. Okay.
Since we mentioned Dracula and vampires, I have to mention the show The Strain that was on FX. I want to say it was 5 or 6 seasons. It's finished now, but it was wild. It was a vampire show, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like it on TV. Yeah, I can say there was nothing like that. Like, that was creepy. There was nothing like that on TV at the time. That started senior year at A&T. I was off campus when it started. Yeah. Did anybody see that here?
I didn't see it.
So that show, although they were advertising it everywhere, when they first started advertising it, I was home for the summer. And no, maybe they started in the spring. All I know is I was home and I was in New York City, and on the side of every single bus, on every billboard, all over the place, there was a person holding like their eyelids open, and there was a worm going into their eye. It was the most disturbing marketing tool I've seen for a horror film or show, because they made sure that you felt uncomfortable, and it was everywhere. You could not breathe. I remember my mom FaceTiming me, and it was on the back of a bus, and she likes to sit in the very first seat when she takes the bus to work. So all she could see was that big old eyeball right in her face.
Oh man.
Yeah, that show was nuts. Talking about Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
That's funny.
Go.
He's definitely a serial killer.
Is he?
Well, does he count as a serial? He killed his best friend, and then he killed, I don't know who else he killed along the way.
I would count him as a serial killer, though. That's
no,
just,
nah. But he is evil. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah,
he's evil.
He's he definitely can't be trusted.
Nah. And then the split personality thing too is also wild.
Yeah, for that reason alone, the split personality, I throw him in there as a serial killer.
Yeah, because you dealing with multiple personalities in there. I would say honorable mention would be Crowley from Supernatural. I don't know if anybody's seen that show, but he's like the Crossroads demon. So have you ever heard of the Demon of the Crossroads?
Only Demon of the Crossroads I know was in the music video.
Boom, 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 boom.
He took Uncle Charles, y'all.
Oh man. Yeah, no. So like there's a I forgot what musician was. I thought you were gonna actually drop the I think it's Bo Johnson.
Oh, Bone Collector's a good one. And Reem said Golem is from a movie, not from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I see it on.
Collector is now. About that guy. Yeah. After seeing Bone Collector, I used to always look at the window locks and wonder if they had a sleeve on it that had a blade underneath it, just from watching that movie. For the longest time, I would think that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Had to do my Googles real quick. Robert Johnson is the musician I was thinking about. He's an old blues musician, and the legend is that he sold his soul to the devil.
Oh,
yeah.
That docu?
Yeah. He met a demon like at a crossroads, and he sold his soul in exchange for fame. And like his music career took off, and then like whenever his term was up, the demon apparently killed him because he died of like some, I think, mysterious causes. They say he committed suicide, I believe. But in the show, Crowley is that demon at the crossroads. That's who he plays. And he becomes a integral part of the story, but he's definitely up there. And that show isn't as like dark as I would. It's kind of like a. It's just suspenseful, even though it plays with a lot of elements of Catholicism and you got angels and demons. Like it's not. I wouldn't say it's a scary show, but it's definitely got a lot of suspense and it deals with elements of horror.
It's creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. It's kind of creepy, but I think it ran for like 15 seasons. It's really it's really well written.
It was a bummer in this house when that show ended. Between that and then Grimm.
I didn't see Grimm, but I heard Grimm was good.
Grimm, Grimm is a good one. I think I'm trying to figure out because we didn't speak about monster horror enough, but I don't think we can do that today. And I'm trying to figure out if we need to have another community discussion about it or what.
I mean, we got 10 minutes.
I mean, there's
actually technically 14 minutes, but
there's so many monster films. I mean, technically Dracula would count, right?
Yeah, start rattling them off.
Cloverfield, all of the Cloverfields count. Titan from Netflix, that's a monster film. Tremors, which
I love Tremors.
I love Tremors.
I love Tremors, man.
They're still making them. Another one just came out recently on Netflix.
Shriekers, Tremors Shriekers.
I haven't seen the newest ones because I don't like. Are they good?
No.
That's why I
my brother watched it. But you get to see Bert again. So
Bert, the gun-toting one.
Yeah.
He's been like the star of them because nobody else is coming back. Kevin Bacon don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah. The first one though was the best.
Yeah. Well, I like the
classic.
Whichever one where the big worm things start turning into the little monster things that have the real strong jaws that can bite through anything. I like 2. That one. That's either 2 or 3.
That was 2.
What other monster films
speaking of Jaws. Jaws. Is another monster movie. Did anybody see the Meg?
No, I saw the Megalodon, and that was a good one. That was a good one. If you haven't seen Meg, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'm check that out.
Not ready for, and I am thoroughly convinced that those things are down there.
We have no idea what's in the bottom of the ocean.
They're down there, just like those giant squid that we only ever see when they send the little rover down there that we've never seen up high.
Yeah,
some spooky
if that can exist down there, like come on, you have no idea what's down there. They got no idea. Don't want to find out either.
Facts.
Yeah.
Don't want to find out, man.
God knows.
Them I would count Attack on Titan. Them Titans are definitely monsters. And boy,
I don't like the ones that smile when they run.
Nah, bro. I don't like any of them.
They run so goofy and doofy.
Hey, that movie, that's still to this day one of the craziest first episodes of a show I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It just throws you into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that like, yo, what is this?
Yeah, I like the whole time I was just like,
doesn't the final season start in a few weeks?
I think so.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
I gotta catch up then. I'm halfway through season 1. I stopped it, put it down for a minute.
You haven't seen it?
I'm halfway through season 1.
Oh, you got a long way to go.
Yeah.
I don't mind like anime like that because there are 3,000 episodes and there aren't like 20 flashbacks. Like there are flashbacks, but they're kind of important to the story. Like you need to watch them so that you know what's going on.
Yeah. I think I really like Dracula Untold. I don't think that gets enough.
Dracula Untold, is that the one?
That's the one from 2014.
Yes, that was supposed to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's part of
the
Monster
Universal
Universe.
Monster thing. That was that the first film in that franchise?
It's the first. I think it was the first officially.
Announced.
It's not the first, yeah, but it's the first time that they announced that they were tying all these films together. Because I think it started to tie the other movies. I think because there was an end credit scene where you see some other characters from the other monster movies.
And what's his name? The mummy that had Tom Cruise in it.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a part of that.
Had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in it. That was a part of that franchise too. I want them to figure that out and bring that back because I thought that was great.
Yeah, who's running that? That's Universal?
It's Universal, but I think it fell through.
I think it depends on who's got that. I think no, they're still working on it. They're still working on it. They've got to, because they've got that's how they're going to stay relevant and compete with Disney. And
does Jeepers Creepers count as a monster?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, which one? Yeah, which one of the just real quick, of the Tremors movies, when did they come above ground? Which one was that? The second one?
Second one.
Second one.
All right, that's all. Okay. Yeah. I was just trying to remember. You can continue. My fault. I hadn't seen that Mummy movie though.
You know what? Although it's technically a person in this film, the Invisible Man that came out this year, that was really good. And
that's also part of the monster universe.
Yeah, and I'm gonna link it with the monster films because of just how it operated and how the movie went. Like, that was crazy. It's technically not a monster, but I feel like it's best applied there.
Yeah. So they're going to they're supposed to, well, the werewolf movie that happened years ago, that's still supposed to be a part of it with Benicio del Toro. Invisible Man is a part of that. Dracula, I believe, the Phantom of the Opera, the Phantom. They're going to make another of those movies. Probably going to reboot that franchise for this. The Mummy, and I want to say Swamp Thing is also a part of the monster universe.
It is.
Yeah. Did y'all see that season of Swamp
What Thing? Is that? It's on Hulu?
Maybe, I think. I heard it was good, and
it's on the DC Universe website that you got to pay for.
Lord, DC always making the wrong. Nobody is paying for that.
Yeah.
Come on.
That needs to be on HBO Max.
No, it's on the CW. You can watch it for free on CW. The Swamp Thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna check that out because it's got a 5-star audience score right now.
Yeah, everybody liked Swamp Thing.
I heard it got canceled after one season, right?
Yeah.
Well, if it's on the CW, somebody else can pick it up.
Yeah, it got canceled. I don't know why, because the audiences liked it. But
it got canceled before the season was over. Like, I think it was on episode 2 when they were like, "Yeah, we're not doing this."
That makes sense. I can't. Yeah, that's what I can't think of any more.
I'm sure more will come to me. Okay.
So this still has legs. Like, I think Rona messed up the Universal Monster Universe plans, but they're still moving forward because back in, I just pulled up an article from March of this year. They hired James Wan to come in and help direct some of these projects for the Monster Universe at Universal. So.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm looking forward.
That's gonna be fire.
Monster version of Avengers and stuff. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see this.
Yeah, they're still doing that. And if you don't know who James Wan is, James Wan directed The Conjuring 2, The Curse of Little Aroma, Lights Out, The Nun. Like, he's definitely built for this. Annabelle Comes Home, like all of the modern horror movies, basically, that we rave about, he has directed. So he is definitely the man for this. That's a great hire.
Okay, I can dig that. And you said Anaconda. That was a good monster.
That is a great monster movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Lake Placid.
You cut
out Lake Placid.
Yeah.
That crocodile or alligator, whatever that was, bro.
The croc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely a monster.
the pet to the old lady.
Feeding it cow, bro. That jump. It was like low key believable
Mm-hmm.
too. And I guess Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah. Deep Blue Sea's cool. I feel like there's another one that I'm missing.
Oh man, shoot. Hey yo, James Wan also directed the original Saw and Insidious, and he directed Fast 7. He directed Aquaman, and he's directing Aquaman 2.
Okay. He's got some good titles under his belt.
Yeah, and he's also doing the Mortal Kombat film.
Oh, that's impressive. Okay, that's a film I'm excited to see.
That should be a good video game movie if James Wan is directing it. He should be able to nail that one, and it's coming out next year.
I can't wait to see that.
Well,
The first
no, it's
Mortal
not. No, it's
Kombat
not, because it's scheduled for January 15th, 2021. Ain't nobody, Rona's still gonna be out here lurking. That's not happening. So it'll be a while. It's gonna be a while. Hey, did y'all see that we had 100,000 daily cases yesterday?
Yeah, I saw that today.
100 or 500,000?
No,
100,000 coronavirus cases in one day.
single day, and that's the highest in any country. Yeah,
all
that's the record.
Records for the wrong reason in this country.
Yeah, that's a world record for a number of cases in a single day.
Stay inside. Don't touch nobody. Don't hug
Yeah,
anybody.
yeah. So please,
wear a mask.
yeah, don't. And I know, like, a lot of places and a lot of states are coming off a lockdown or in different phases. Just be mindful of that fact that yesterday was the highest daily total we've had of confirmed cases in the United States. So please continue to be safe, social distance, wear your mask, limit how much you go to outside to places, in large social gatherings. Like, and as winter progresses, it is going to get worse. That's just the reality. It's a disease. They incubate and they thrive in cold weather. So just be careful. Be extra careful.
Just to add on to the monster film, I recommended that y'all watch Bad Hair on Hulu a couple weeks ago. I'm here to tell y'all that I watched that movie today, and that's not what I thought I was gonna see.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
you ever like watch a movie where like you just know it's gonna have its own little special cult following?
Yeah.
That's it. This is one of those movies.
Okay.
So is it horror?
Interesting.
I was not scared. I was looking at my TV like, what the hell is this? Yeah. But it to some people it would be scary. You know what? What they meant to be scary, like the jump scare parts that they had, is not what scared me. The like issues with the girl, because I told y'all it's about a woman who gets a weave and it takes over. The part of her getting her hair done, like that was a lot. But I will say it has its roots in, like, they talked about slavery. There was a level, I mean, the whole film was Black, but how they tied it back to slavery and like all that jazz. I wasn't expecting that. So that was nice. But what was supposed to be scary to some people was not what was scary for me.
Gotcha.
I still recommend that you watch it. Every Black person is in the movie. All of them. Just every Black person is in the movie. That's
All right. Well, what's the
and I keep forgetting.
What?
That's your standing?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to sit. You can sit down.
Yeah, keep moving.
Too old for this.
But yeah, I think we can begin to wrap it here. Imani, did you have something that you wanted to say?
Next week.
I think that's it. So I will say I think it was someone recommended that we watch Hellstrom on Hulu. I actually watched Hellstrom and I enjoyed it. I don't know
I think that was my mom. I think my mom mentioned it.
I don't know the character backgrounds. I don't know anything about them, but the show was just really dope to me. And I wanted to know what are our favorite comic book to TV crossovers. So, like your favorite shows inspired by comic books. We'll talk about that next week.
Alrighty, that sounds good. And what platform is this on? Hellstrom?
Hellstrom is on Hulu. I actually think if you guys can, there's 3 episodes out now. There might be 4 out by the time we get on next week. I've seen episodes 1 and 2, but it's really good. I still don't understand the power of the Hellstrom family, like what they have. I know that they're connected to Ghost Rider in some way because this is more supernatural power. They are a part of Marvel, but like they're communicating with ghosts and spirits, and they're performing exorcisms, that kind of stuff, which is different from Marvel for me. So
yeah. It's the dark universe.
Yeah.
And I forgot Blade is a part of this. And also
and Constantine.
Constantine is a part of it. Also, I forgot what's the vampire. Morbius, yes. He's all of them are kind of sort of in that same space. But so they were doing a weekly release for this?
Yes. Hulu's releasing 1 episode a week, and they're on episode 3 is out now. Episode 4 will probably be out by the time we go on air again.
All right. Well, let's consider doing a show for that to review the episodes during the week. I think I would be down for that. We'll figure out the logistics. But let's start planning for that because I think that would be a good thing. JBM, any closing remarks?
No, man. Y'all be good. Halloween night. Take care. Good evening.
Yeah, be safe. Be safe. All my Aggies. Make sure you celebrate right, but be safe. Everybody else, Halloween, do your thing. Hope everybody stays safe. And also remember, if you're watching The Mandalorian and you hadn't seen our review, go check that out. That's live on the YouTube channel. We did chapter 9, the Marshal. So make sure you go check that video out if you haven't already. So yeah, we'll see you all next week. Peace, love, and blessings.